Love and blessings to all of you who are listening right now. Just going to take a sip of tea before I introduce this episode. Got some warm cat's claw tea. And I've just been thinking about a few things, and I'm going to break them up into two podcasts. But in this episode, I want to talk about our natural gifts, our natural God given gifts, and the fact that we don't really value them because they're free. And I'm going to tell you more about that now. See, your gift isn't something necessarily that might be easily recognized. And why that is because usually it comes naturally to you. Your gift or gifts, you may have more than one, it comes naturally to you. And because it comes naturally to you, you don't value it, you don't see it. Because we're trained to think that you have to hustle and grind and suffer to deserve something or value. In our society, value is equated to suffering, and the more you suffer, the higher the value for something. That's not necessarily true. That's conditioning, social conditioning from generations that have come before us, and that really is something for us to stop and think, is that the way I want to move forward with my life? Is that what I want to continue to believe? Do I want to inherit the beliefs that have been passed down to me, or am I going to break the cycle by thinking for myself, by feeling for myself? Our natural gifts and abilities are special because they're unique to us, but they can fly under the radar because they come so easily to us that we don't even notice them. And I'll give you an example from my own life. What I've come to really realize is that my gift, my ability, my superpower, if you will, one of many that I've come to realize over time, is communication. But when I was growing up, when I was 4, 5, 6, 7 years old in elementary school, in the UK, it's primary school. We call it primary school. First 6 years of education. I talked a lot in class. I talked and distracted other kids. And it got to a point where the teacher in second grade basically said to my mom, I think we should take him for a hearing test because I don't think he can hear the instructions I'm giving him. And my mom took me to the doctors and we had the test done and my ears were fine. My hearing was fine. It's just that I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't interested in what she had to say. I was too busy expressing the energy coming from my throat space, the energy that was coming through me as a child. And there was so much energy around my throat space that I naturally wanted to express it. And as I grew up over time, I didn't understand that this wasn't natural for everyone to be able to express things clearly, to express feelings and emotions in ways that don't necessarily come easily to others. And in that way, I can help provide clarity. And then the second thing was more recently that my mentor pointed out, my coach pointed out a couple of years back, was my ability to listen, or rather really hear someone. Because listening and hearing are two different things. Really hearing someone. And what does that mean? That means being able to create a safe space and to really pay attention and be present to hear what their soul is saying, not necessarily the words that are coming out of their mouth. It's even beyond that. It's past that. It's understanding the energy of their soul. and to hear that and to really understand what they need in that moment. And again, yes, it took a bit of practice to begin to build on that gift. It doesn't mean your gift is going to be fully formed, but it comes naturally compared to many other things like maths and numbers and numeracy. That's not my world. Like I need to pull out the calculator on my phone. I can't do like anything to do with numbers. My brain is racked. But for some other people, it comes easily. So I guess what I'm saying for today's thought is, in this episode, in this conversation, is what gifts are you neglecting and not valuing because they come naturally to you, regardless of what you think other people have told you that gifts are. You know, you wouldn't, I certainly didn't think communication or simply listening to someone, but it's beyond that. It's more than that. It is a gift. It sounds simple, but it's not. And it could be the simplest of things. And I'm not going to give you examples of what it could be, because there's an infinite amount, I believe, of types of gifts that we could have. So I can't even begin to make up the different kinds. I just know from my own experience what mine are so far that I've learned. Communication, hearing someone, and my intuition. And what are the gifts that you have? The things that you may have been told off for, that have told you may have been told that those are bad traits. Or you may have been encouraged to show up more in certain ways because you're good at it and you're getting positive feedback. And the things that generally make you feel good, that come naturally to you, that bring you joy, those are the things that indicate they're your gift, you know? And once you realize that, that's your unique way of serving and creating in the world. So I'll leave you with that. Gifts and abilities in this lifetime, they're your superpowers. Feel into them, honor them, and value them, because that is the thing that's going to help you expand your universe in unimaginable ways. And it's going to feel good while you do it, because it's your God-given gift.